up to Hollywood, darling. Wish me luck.
Do
bitch, I made it to Hollywood.
Niecy, what happened? My girl played no. Oh, and she got the white man with her. What happened?
Mr. Blakemore.
Babs, Mr. Blakemore. Get it to the goal too.
Hey guys, I know I'm late, you know, I've been wrapped up, no pun intended, in this whole Kenya Moore and Michael Rappaport mess and posting about it and all of that, so that's why I'm late, but let's get into the review. My Vina loves, it's Miss Vina D coming to you all from Vinatainment News. But anyways, let's talk about the finale. Same old, different day. Well, you know, what's the name? Eva had her, you know, party, birthday party and Halloween bash or whatever it was. And so at Eva event, we already seen this before the episode aired, you know, months ago. We saw the images of the whole, you know, event. Cynthia Bailey did that. I already talked about this when the images came out last year. You know, she hands down did that. Her commentary was hilarious when she was talking about how, you know, as a woman she's attractive as she get, but she had no clue that as a man people will be all over her the way they were, and joking about, you know, Porsha and if it was the real 50 Cent and all of that. You know, just light shade and fun. Nothing too deep, too serious. And basically, you know, everyone is having fun. Kenya came in, like, I'm going to be cordial to everybody. I'm not going to make no big deal and all of that. And Shamia, this whole Shamia situation with Sheree and text messages and all of that, Shamia is basically explaining her side on social media that that's not what happened, and the scene was edited, and Sheree was just trying to basically have some conflict with Porsha because Shamia is saying no, she never showed Sheree text messages. Go ahead and read what Shamia wrote right here. So regardless, the conversation still came up, and you know, she said what she said, but she's saying that she did not show text messages. Now, here's a little screen record I did from Shamia page with Porsha fans telling her that Shamia is not her friend. When I talk about Porsha fans, sometimes I have to remember that most of them are really young because the show is not live. Shamia posted this video right here. And Porsha made a comment on her page today. It's Sunday. You're gonna get this video on Monday morning, but this is her comment. Cutie patootie. Okay. How are you still calling this girl your friend? I see why you and Shamia are besties. You guys are a fake ass F. That's not your friend. That's not your friend, Porsha. She ain't your friend. Bleep that snake, bleep whatever. She's the one not to trust, and there I was cussing out this girl for you. I guess I just have to tell myself this is a show and y'all do this for ratings. Duh. She didn't learn anything from her friendship with Phaedra. Girl, she ain't a real friend. Running her mouth back to Sheree. This girl is not your friend. I don't know for the life of me why you continue to accept her as a friend. She's mad shady to you, Porsha. It's not fair. It's not right. First of all, people, I don't want to call anyone out of their name. This show is not live. So I am sure Shamia and Porsha have had a conversation, and she has said, girl, just so you know, for the show, to add some drama, some friction, to be on screen, to have airtime, I went ahead and did A, B, and C. But girl, you know I love you. You already know how the show works. They dab it up, laugh. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about Ava real quick, okay? Most people that didn't go in on Ava, they felt like, she's pregnant. She did the right thing by simply walking away. You had a few people saying that when Kim said something about Nene, the fact that, the show made it look like Nene brought Ava on because, as her friend, and she's the one who set this whole thing up. So when Kim said that he said that Eva just walking away, she should have defended Nene. That girl is pregnant. She had people to cater to. She wasn't trying to make a scene. She could have said, "Don't my friend like that," and shut Kim down. But she politely just walked away and said, "Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get some drinks." And it's the same thing that Kenya did for Cynthia. When everyone was in the site, it's hilarious how it's ironic how this is, the whole thing, because Eva was the one who came in the group talking about Cynthia, and instead of Kenya standing there and entertaining people talking about her friend, she left the group and went and pulled her friend aside and said, "This is what's going on." So, if Eva has stood there, laughed, and tolerated Kim mess and not check her, then yes, her friendship and loyalty to Nene was going to look shady. But she simply said, "You know what? I'm not going to engage in the back and forth because, like Kenya said, a moment." She's looking for a moment. I'm just going to go ahead and walk away. So, I think she was cool for walking away. So that was that. But Kim and Sheree dynamic, let me just say that. Let me speak on Porsha real quick. When I do these flashbacks, right, it doesn't mean that I'm stuck in the past and doesn't want to see Porsha win or let her live. I don't care who I'm doing a review on. If I'm talking about a franchise and something has happened in that franchise and the flashback goes with what I'm saying, I'm going to use it. It doesn't mean I'm stuck on it. If I'm talking about women and violence and I'm talking about Married to Medicine, I'm going to use the gif of Mariah hitting Toya with her purse or vice versa. It doesn't mean that I'm stuck on Mariah and Toya, even though they have not fought since then. It doesn't mean that I'm looking at them as though the women who fought. It just goes with the conversation. So me talking about people can sit still and jumping on couch and then or pulling hair, I'm always going to use Porsha pulling Kenya hair. It doesn't mean that I don't see Porsha growth or Porsha trying. It just goes with my story. So for those, I just want to put that out there. Now, for Porsha to be a person who doesn't like things being waved in her face and drag someone off the couch, here we go again with the same dragging. She and her sister, her sister shocked me last night, but they love putting stuff in people's faces. For people, it's not funny, but it's just interesting for a woman who made a big deal, and her fans who made a big deal that Kenya pointed something in her face. She did the whole fan thing in Marlo. I'm not even here for Marlo. Then her sister with the hand gesture all in Sheree's face. That was wrong now. If Sheree had grabbed her hand and yanked her against that table, then Sheree would have been wrong. But because I completely saw a different side of her. All that stuff, you don't put your hand all in somebody's face. Ray had just grabbed her sister and bounced her against that table all across the room. Sheree would have been right. My point. So I'm not here for Sheree either, but kudos to Sheree for saying, get your sister. Kudos to her for reacting that way, because it would have been, Sheree is older, she knows better. It's the same way. So backwards, some of these fans. But anyways, I'm not here for Sheree and Kim, but in that moment, kudos to Sheree for being mature, as far as not grabbing Porsha's sister's hand, smacking it away, or dragging her across that table, because Sheree could have done that. Okay, now I'm not judging Porsha's sister's size and Porsha would have jumped in and all of that and protected her sister, whatever the case might be. I'm just saying, I'm glad that the violence did not happen. Okay guys, if it seemed like I overly, explain things too much, it's because I've noticed we live in a day and age where you literally have to say certain words out of your mouth for people to get it, even though you could be explaining the same story. If you don't say exactly the word, people will still flip it. So I had to break down the reason why I use gifs and flashback, because there will always be that one person, oh, why you always going back to old stuff? It's time we lift up the black woman. Porsha have changed. You keep pulling up these old things. And so I just had to point out, it's not because of hate or anything. I don't hate nobody. I'm just doing a review. It's because if a gift goes with a story, I will use it. If it's funny and a gift goes with what I'm trying to do, I will use it the same way how I wanted to say yes, Kenya, for that walk she did in the beginning, but they didn't feel like having to come back and record a simple yeah, so I use a gift. So I had to come back and say that, just for that one person who might be like, there she go again, pulling out this old stuff of Porsha dragging Kenya. If it makes sense to the story, I'll talk about it. That's just what it is, guys. Now, I don't know, like Kim is really trying. And I know, but she was just trying too hard last night, going in on certain people and all of that. And then all of a sudden now it's like, I love Porsha one week and the next week, she's going in. But I get it. Sheree is her only ride or die. Like, Sheree is it for her in this whole circle and group. It's she and Sheree. So if she just stood there and didn't say anything, then Sheree will look at her as shady. Girl, you didn't even have my back. So she had to stand up and be there for her girl and have her girl back. Hey, whatever the case might be, whatever. But of course, she was there, still trying to say stuff about Nene. Nene outfit was hilarious. Cynthia said that she was the mastermind behind it and suggested that Nene and Greg go as that. I loved it. The look on Kim's face was priceless. And I just love that Nene just turned the entire situation into a joke, even though she is still and what was and still crushed by it, by that violation with the whole recording her home and all of that. But it was fun. Kenya came in, kept it simple. She looked beautiful. She looked sexy. Straight to the point. I'm a Victoria's Secret model, and she did that, and that was that. Kenny, Porsha, her sister, no surprise there. Not here for Marlo, but her costume was great. I'm not here for the whole, chasing the girl around the room, like, just. But this is not Marlo's first time chasing people. Didn't she walk Kenya, and then didn't she walk, behind Nene, literally chase her off the field, and Kenya was the one holding her back? Yeah, so, but let me tell you something. I'm not saying Porsha have not grown. Porsha have grown. Anger management is working, but I'll tell you this right now. I'll keep saying this. This is one of the biggest payday for Porsha. And Bravo have sat Porsha down and said, now look, okay? Because people are starting to question our integrity and question why we keep giving you a pass and starting to put two and two together. So if, we love you, girl, but if your fingers, even your nail tip, touch anybody in the wrong way, you're gone. Because at this point, we can't make no more excuses for you, because the Kenya dragon, they're going towards Cynthia when you could have removed yourself from the situation, but you went towards Cynthia, and Cynthia had to defend herself. Then the whole beating of your assistant off camera. We can't make any more excuses for you, girl. You're out. Not only the fighting, but the whole lie, then the lie on top of it between you and Phaedra, and we still kept you. people are starting to look at favoritism and like, okay, who does Porsha have a connection with over there at Bravo that they keep giving her passes? So girl, yeah, twirl around the room, walk around the room, leave Barcelona if you have to, woo side, count to 10, do backflips, whatever, but you can't. And Porsha look at those zeros in her bank account and she's like, oh, yeah, y'all lucky this check. This check means a lot. And guys, there's nothing funny about violence and any of that. I'm just making the whole situation light because nothing violent happened. If something violent happened, I won't be laughing in this moment. So kudos to Porsha, whether it's the check that's a motivation or if her anger management is really working, whatever the case might be, kudos to her for walking away. Now, I do see where Nene is coming from. Nene have a heart. Nene was just basically saying, you know what? I want you to be on the show. I want you to stay on. But listen, I'm not insinuating anything because I don't know any of these women personally. I just know that Porsha have some type of top connection that she feels like, Nene girl, bye. When I needed you the most, you helped me secure my job. The whole situation with that and Porsha saying she's not apologizing and all of that. You know, I get it. At this point, it's just overkill. You know, leave it alone. The whole part about Kenya and Cynthia, you know, I'm jumping around, but going to Porsha play and the light shade, because even Porsha said she felt like she saw a lot of herself in the play. So Kenya saying she thinks Porsha is playing herself. I don't know why Porsha fans coming for Kenya like, oh my God, you can't just support her. They all throw shade. Even freaking Porsha threw shade at Kenya's event. You know what I'm saying? So don't pick and choose what you're going to be sensitive about. They all throw shade at each other. But I just find it ironic and interesting that the two ladies that got in actual physical altercations with her were the two ones that were there supporting her. You know, Sheree is trying to be smart, but we will see if Bravo is going to keep her. Sheree is like, you know, there's only too many conversations I can have with Tyron before they tell me, girl, bye. So I'm going to pick a B for Porsha so I can have someone to go after next season and have a storyline. I think that's what this is. You guys remember when Bravo probably pulled Phaedra and Porsha aside and said to them, listen, y'all friendship and dynamic is great and all, but yeah, something else had to happen because we're bored. So Phaedra out of nowhere went ahead and rehashed old Apollo situations with Kenya, and next thing you know, she's having beef with Kenya at the very end of the season so that she could have a storyline to hate Kenya, rehash old stuff, and drag Kenya again. And then, you know, as you know, as the reality TV gods, because I don't want to throw God in this mess, would have it, she got fired. I think that's exactly what Sheree is doing here. Like, I'm going to go ahead and start beef with Porsha so that I can have someone to go after next season, because all of the attempts that I've tried, Kenya is still being 100%, you know, nice to me. Yeah, I came for her husband. She and Kenya now have, you know, little whatever here and there. But for the most part, Kenya was just on her page, you know, telling her rep to her dog and all of that. So for the most part, I don't think Kenya is really caring, you know, that deep to have any issues with Sheree like that. Yeah, Nene and Kim and Sheree's situation is too deep, and that's over with. You know, Shamia and Porsha are fine, so there's no beef there. We'll see what happens with Eva next season. Cynthia is still beautiful and just cool with everybody. She tries to stay away out of the mess. Candy is doing her best, you know, to move on and move forward, and, you know, her husband and everything is going good in that department with her. the the end of the season card, you know, Bravo be throwing the shade, and they came for Sheree, and Tyron being locked up until, you know, Kenya already came for her. Fashion show with no fashion, and man cave with no man. So I still do believe, I'm gonna throw allegedly in there because I'm not trying to get sued by anybody, but I still do believe allegedly Tyron helped fund Sheree home, even though people are saying that her furnitures were rented and they, you know, they're probably returned at this point. Whatever the case might be, I'm wishing all of them the best. I don't think I missed anyone, and if I did, but that's my review. The season was okay, you know, we had ups and downs and stuff here and there, but for the most part, I'm looking forward to the reunion. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, my Vina loves. I'm wishing you all an amazing day. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.